He is shown at the start of the movie entering the forest. This man appears frantic as he tries to escape desperately from this forest. The forest is so densely full that it seems impossible to find an exit. Even though it is evening with the sunset already accomplished, the man keeps walking forward. While running, he reached the place where a fairy skeleton had written "Point of no return means no one can go back from here." Looking at this board, the trouble was clear on his face. The darkness deepens and all the birds fly away. There was no place to hide. This man was scared, so he climbed up the tree. Unfortunately, he fell from such a high tree before he fainted. We see that someone pulled him. Who was pulling? It was not shown, but we heard his painful screams. The scene cuts, and after 6 days, a girl named Mana is shown in the city. Mana had no friends or family except a sister. The owner of the pet store she was working at gives her an order to drop a parrot in the zoo. Mana picks up this parrot and takes it home because she had to go to the zoo the next day. She spent the night with this parrot, and then in the morning, she left for the zoo with this parrot. She had to walk on this long road. She turned the wrong turn and reached the middle of the forest. That was the place where we saw a man disappear a while ago. She used her car to go inside the forest, but when she did not know how the way out, she had to get out from the car. She thought there must be someone in the neighborhood for whom she can ask help. She takes her parrot along and moves further. The darkness was getting darker too. Just then, the birds fly all away from these trees as before, and Mana becomes frightened because she felt that ground was shaking beneath her. Someone was near her, or so she thinks. An old woman was running away from her. Mana followed her. While running, she was asking for help, but the woman doesn't stop and keeps running. When Mana got tired of following her, she stopped there. When she stopped, the old woman called her and said, "If you want to live, run fast and come to us." When she heard this, Mana returned to the old woman, and the old woman held her hand and brought her to a house. As she came home, she locked this house. This was not a house, but it was a strange room in which there was a huge mirror. There were 2 other people with this old woman. Mana asked them in fear, "What is this place?" They don't answer and asked her to stand in front of the mirror because someone was coming to see them. Mana asks who is coming to see the old woman. Madeline replies, "Watchers are coming to see us." Suddenly strange noises began to be heard here. The old woman said, "Watchers are happy that you have come. They are clapping for you." Mana was confused. The watchers that Madeline was talking about, neither have they been shown in the movie, nor did Mina or anyone else see them anyway. The night passes and they come out of this place in the morning. Madeline says these watchers only come out at night. During the day, we can roam freely in the forest. Mana does not want to stay in this forest. She goes ahead to get out of here. But Madeline says this is not a good decision of yours. There is no way out of this forest. We have to come back to this house before night. If you are late, you will lose your life. Mana does not listen to anyone and keeps moving forward with her parrot. As she moves forward, she is shown the same sign, "Point of no return." She was scared to see them, but like the previous boy, she kept moving forward in the direction of the sun but could not succeed in getting out of the forest. Suddenly, she felt a tremor under the ground. She got scared and ran back to the house she had lost. Here, Madeline persuades her and tells her, "Not only you who have tried to move out from here and failed, but we also got stuck here like you. There is no way out from here. The forest brings the souls to its side and then shows weird things to humans. It can also turn you mad. So if you wish to survive, then stay with us. This is a hunting ground and we all are the target." Madeline shows her lot of boards put up around round circle of points of no return in this forest. They told that this halfway from their home, said Madeline. "If you walk towards this place from here, it becomes hard to take a step backwards, so whatever they have seen, keep eye on those all." Mina asks who made all this. She replies it was made by a professor. It is night. They come back to that house. Every night watchers used to come to see them. Today a girl named Kira dances in front of them and says she likes all this. It was not like these 4 had to stand in front of watchers every night. They could do whatever they wanted but could not turn their faces to them. At night they only had a problem with watchers, but during the day, they even had to face a lot of difficulties. They used to hunt something from the forest every day with which they used to survive. The next day, Kira and Mina go to the forest to collect food. Mina asks Kira what do these watchers want. Kira replies I don't know much but Madeline has a theory. According to her, these watchers see us, observe us, but if we see these watchers, we will go crazy. Kira shows her a pit and says there are many such pits in the forest. At night, all these watchers come out of the pits in which they stay all through the day. Mina tells Kira that these people have been held trapped here for 6 months. Kira's husband has gone to the forest to find a way. She hopes that he will definitely find a way back and they will be able to get out of here. We know that actually Kira's husband was the same man whom we saw at the start of the movie who was taken away from here. Upon returning home, Madeline explains to Mina 3 rules to stay alive here. First, that she will not open the door of her house at night. Second, that she will not turn her back towards the mirror at night. And third, that she will not go near those holes during the day and she will stay in the light. Now this night, Mina wanted to know about those watchers. That is why she tries to listen with her ears to the sound of the mirror. When she doesn't hear anything, she turns her back towards the mirror, and through this action, the watchers got mad. They started banging the mirror very hard. As a matter of fact, there is a crack in the mirror. Because of the noise, Madeline gets up. She asks Mina to stand toward the mirror. By doing this, their anger could have cooled down. Anyway, this night also ends and the next day, Mina goes on a hunt with Daniel because Mina didn't want to waste her good days here. That's why she was preparing to leave. She asks Daniel, have you ever seen a watcher? Daniel answers number. Then Mina explains to Daniel that I think these are all Madeline's made-up stories in which she is trapping us. We should go and check these holes. Maybe we will find a way to get out of here. Daniel, who wants to escape, listens to her and now Mina ties a rope with her and gets inside the hole. Daniel holds the other end of the rope so that if anything happens to Mina, he can quickly pull her out. Mina reaches the hole where she finds a lot of human stuff. Mina collects the stuff. It must be the stuff of humans trapped in the forest. With the help of the rope, Mina and Daniel get the stuff out, and before Mina gets out of the hole, she sees someone's fingers inside the hole. She couldn't see what it was but she got scared. They took all the stuff and came to their safe house where Madeline asked her, where did you get the stuff? They lie that they got this stuff from the forest. Madeline has been living here for a long time and she knows that she didn't get his stuff from the forest but from the hole. She keeps asking Mina, tell me, what did you see inside the hole? But Mina doesn't tell her anything. Now they also got a camera from the hole. They make this camera a CCTV camera and place it outside the house so that they can also see the watchers. Madeline keeps telling them that you are doing wrong but they don't listen to her. Today they were waiting for the watchers so that they can see them. The watchers hadn't come yet but today something strange happens to them. Their door is knocked. They saw through the camera and there they could see human legs. Whoever was outside was talking in the voice of Kira's husband. Kira thought that her husband must have found a way to get out of here. She immediately stands up and gets up to open the door. But Madeline stops her, saying, you can't open this door. I know that your husband is not outside. Kira didn't believe Madeline. That's why Madeline says you can test him. You ask him something about which only you or your husband knows. Kira asks somebody standing outside about a book about which she should have known, but when the person standing outside doesn't answer, they understand that he is the watcher. When he doesn't open the door, the watcher breaks the camera outside. All the watchers were angry. They were going to break the mirror outside their house, but they all stand in front of the mirror. After doing this, the watchers stopped breaking the mirror and they didn't come to kill them. A lot of bad things happened to them last night. Daniel and Mina decide to tell Madeline the truth that they went into the pit. She gets angry with it because they have violated a regulation. Madeline throws all the stuff taken from the pit back into it. And now Mina will stay here though she does not want to. Time is passing and weather too is changing. It is winter now, but they are there. Mina visits daily for an outlet but she doesn't find any. She's made a map and thinks at some point she will complete it. In this winter they are not having their adequate food, thus the mental situation is getting terrible, because of which mental disorder worsens. Under all these scenarios, Madeline and Daniel argues with each other. He becomes angry and moves out, leaving both Madeline and Mina, while he takes Kira inside his safe house to lock it as well. It was just getting dark. Madeline and Mina knocked the door and begged Daniel to open the door, but he didn't open the door. Now it was dark and they have to stand under a dense tree to escape. They were hearing the voices of the Watchers. At this time, the audience is also shown a glimpse of the Watchers along with Mina and Madeline. They were tall, thin, and dangerous. They come out of their holes and reach the safe room to see the humans. When they don't see Mina and Madeline there, they start finding them in the forest to eat them. As the creatures went far, Madeline and Mina get a chance to return to their safe house. This time, they knock the door hard and Daniel opens the door for them. They were panicked because they have seen those creatures. Madeline says to everyone, "I lied to you that I got stuck here. Actually, I have come here in search of these creatures because I read in the books that these creatures are fairies. When I come here and saw them, I realized that they are monsters and smart as well, and they can take any form. The one I saw had taken my appearance. His hair was scattered, and there were dark circles under his eyes. I guess it from their actions that they learn something new every day to become more like us. That's why they daily come and observe us and start doing what we do." During this, the door was knocked again. The creatures were talking like them and they want to come inside. They can't open the door, but if they don't, nothing will happen. The creatures have enough power to break the iron door and come inside. They need to hide somewhere but can't think of a place. Then, to Daniel's surprise, he saw the ground. It was uneven, and as soon as he took away the carpet, he saw that it was a bunker. They entered without further ado. While closing it up, they were amazed at how long the bunker existed and they didn't find it. It had so many facilities, thousands of days worth of food, TVs, technology, and other supplies. Mine wants to know who made this place, so she turns on the computer. There wasn't internet on the computer, but data was saved. When they open it, they find out that Dr. Martin had made it. The professor knows about these creatures. He wanted to do research on them, that's why he made this bunker. He lived in this bunker. He brought humans in the greed of money, then left them in the upside room and hide in this bunker at night. Those monsters later eat those humans. During his research, Dr. Martin tells that those creatures weren't monsters but fairies who lived with humans, but then they deceived them. They escaped while trapping them here in the forests. They lost their magic and feathers because they had been staying underground for a long time. Furthermore, he adds that he has found some different species of fairies that could even come out from the holes when the light comes on. She was sweet and didn't kill Martin, so he brought her here. She learned everything staying with Martin, but after a little while they both fight. The computer has so many videos and Martin has told something in each video. Mina just wants to know that what happened in the end. So she plays the last video, in which she sees that the professor was about to kill himself and that fairy, but before dying, he told the way out of the forest for the people who were stuck in this forest. He says the direction in which the birds fly in the evening. If they will run in that direction, they can leave this forest. He said in his recorded message that if anyone succeeds in escaping from this forest, then go to the university and destroy my research. Some secrets should remain secrets. I made a huge mistake coming here. I can't build the world I dreamed of. I could not keep humans and fairies together. Still, they spent the night happily since they found a way out. They come out of the bunker and see that the Watchers have destroyed their safe house. Now they move out of the forest. The birds about which the professor told will fly in the evening, but they have to leave the forest before the sun sets, so Mina frees the parrot she had. They move forward in the direction of the parrot. On their way, they see a grave. Seeing that grave, Madeline says that they used to live with humans, but the humans betrayed them and left them here in the forest. Now because fairies have lost their feathers and magic so that they cannot leave this forest, they reach a stream while walking and now they can escape through this stream, and it was evening. The Watchers were now coming out of their holes. Before they move far from here, while sitting in Martin's boat, Daniel meets his companion John. He is hurt and Daniel walks forward to his rescue. The remaining people sit in the boat. They came to know that the person whom Daniel sought for help was not a human, but a fairy, who was disguised in the garb of humans. They took Daniel's getup before Daniel came back. They cannot do anything for Daniel, and that fairy killed Daniel by putting a mark on his forehead. They find that fairies cannot cross this stream, and finally, while crossing the stream, they reach the city. The scene cuts and we are shown that Mina has come to Martin's university to destroy his data as he told before she deletes his research data, but as she was doing so, she found a new thing, that when human and fairies lived together thousands of years ago, they even get married and have kids who are called hybrids. She also comes to know that Madeline, whom she met there, was Professor's wife. She is confused about why Madeline did not tell her this. She goes to Kira to discuss the situation. She tells her that Madeline, whom we met in this forest, was actually Professor Martin's wife, but she didn't tell us because she wasn't human. She was a fairy who can change appearances. This shocked Kira. In reality, Professor's wife, Madeline, died long years ago of lung cancer. He loved her so much that he wanted to live with her again. That is when the professor found those fairies. He made that fairy resemble Madeline while showing her his wife's picture. As Mina was narrating all this, she realizes she's telling it to Madeline, not Kira. The one who disguised herself as Kira makes the real Kira unconscious when she arrives. After it, she moves ahead to attack Mina so that her secret will remain a secret before she kills Mina. She says, "I was different in this forest and all the fairies made fun of me. I can come out in the daylight as well, so they throw me out." In this anger, Mina says, "You weren't just different, you were special. You're a hybrid, meaning you're half human and half fairy. This is the reason you can live with both humans and fairies, and because of this, you escaped from that forest." As Mina told her the truth, Madeline gets her feathers and magic back. After it, she flies while leaving Mina there. The story shows a few weeks later, Mina went to her sister because she was scared after the forest incident. Now she wants to live with her sister. She tells her sister, "I think that fairy still chases me." Mina's sister says, "Don't worry, nothing will happen." The last scene of the story shows a girl outside Mina's house. This girl is none other than Fairy Madeline, who, as it turns out, is living as a girl in their world. This is the end of the story.